Hey everyone, it's Afty, and since we got that boring key bindings tutorial out of the way, we can get started here with my Zero to Hero, no nonsense KA50 Black Shark cold start tutorial. So first things first, we're gonna need to shut this door. As you can tell, it's pretty loud. So it's right Control C if you remember from the key bindings tutorial, or if you have it bound on your switch, hit that switch now. I'm going to come over to our right side panel here, freeze the head tracking. We'll flip up battery switch A, or battery switch 1 and 2, their covers. We'll turn the batteries on with right click, and we'll put the covers back down. Then we're going to turn on the AC generators, left hand and right hand. And turn the fuel pumps on, forward and aft. Our fuel quantity gauge. And this whole bottom row here is our radios. We'll flick everyone on. We're going to come here to the fuel shutoff, left and right. Open the covers, flick both these switches on. Close the covers, come over to the APU fuel cutoff. We'll right click on it. We won't close the cover yet because we need the fuel on to start the APU. We'll come here, we'll open this switch here. This is our fire extinguisher. So we're going to right click on to turn it on. Left click to close the cover. This section here with the red and black stripes, this is our ejection seat. We're going to right click all three of those switches, put them down, put the cover back down, put our weapons online with this switch here, pick up the cover, right click, and down. Now since we got all this stuff started here, we can start preloading our ABRIS system with the switch here. So right click, it'll start doing the boot up process. It'll take a little bit. Now we'll come a little further right. We're going to want to put our IFF on. Close the cover. Our navigation system on. Standby ADI on. Electronic governor, left hand and right hand, we want those both on. Now we're going to go further right. We're going to come to our back right panel here. We're going to turn on our ECRAN system with a left click to bring the switch down, close the cover. Now back up to the middle section at the back. UV26, that's our countermeasure system. I'm going to right click on it, turn the power on, left click to bring the cover down, right click to turn on our laser warning system, and right click to bring our INU online, which is our autopilot system. So now that we're back here at the front, see we've got a little caution we need to clear. We'll just hit that button to clear it. Come down to our bottom panel here. We'll turn on our autopilot systems that we want right now. So we want heading hold, bank hold, and pitch hold. We'll turn our data link master mode to commander with left click, so it's in the furthest right position. We'll turn our nav system to operate. We'll turn our downlink on. So this side is pretty much complete. We just got one thing left. We need to uncage our standby ADI by rolling the mouse wheel on this knob. Remove that red flag. So we're going to come over to the left. These two yellow knobs here, this is our throttle. You can see I can raise the throttle up, and this is full. We want to set the throttle so it's just hitting this bar. So you've gone too far when it starts to lift it up. So you just want to set it just before that. I want to turn our rotor brake off with this lever. And now we want to start our APU. So this is the APU switch. This is also engine selector switch. So center position is the APU. So we're going to hold the start button. You can hear it spooling up. Let's see, we got APU on here. You can see the gauge going up. Now we get the APU on, green light. So now we can start our motors. So we just want to freeze frame it here so you can see. So we freeze it here. So we're going to start our left motor first. So with that switch here, we're going to hit left click once, put it in the furthest left position. We're going to click and hold the start button till you get the green light here. And you're also going to see the engine RPM gauge here climbing. When it gets to about 2,000, we're going to come over here to this red engine cutoff lever, 2,000, and we're going to left click on it to bring it up. And it's going to start spooling the motor and spinning the rotors. So we'll let that go through its cycle. And once that's done, we can start the right side. The helicopter just sounds so cool with the spinning rotors. Alright. So we got the left motor online. We're going to come back down here. And we're going to left click this switch again to put it to the far right position. Then we're going to click and hold the start button again. We get the green light here. We're going to watch the second engine RPM gauge climb. And again, when it hits 2,000, we're going to turn the cutoff valve on or off. So we're going to click that up. And now you're going to see the RPM start to climb. And our motor will start to climb to idle. Now this HUD seems a little bright. So with this knob here, we can turn down the brightness a bit. With the motor starting to spool, we'll come over and we'll turn our targeting navigation system power on with right click. That turns on our Schwal screen here. And we'll also turn our lasers on with the right click here, just to preemptively start the laser. It's not firing or anything. So once that engine has gone to the idle section there, we're going to turn off our APU. So we're going to come back to the switch. We're going to left click again to bring it to the APU section. And then we're going to hit this button here with the red outline. It's called the APU shutoff. We'll hit it once, and you'll hear the APU turn off, and you can see the gauge drop. Then we can come over here to the APU switch. We'll flick that down, and we'll flick the battery cover down. And there you have it. The Black Shark 2 is ready to go. So in the next tutorial, we're going to go over the basic flight and different instruments you should pay attention to when flying. And then we'll get to the good stuff when we start blowing some shit up. So we'll see you in the next one.